Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Test, test, test.
Did you bring Dave up? Is that Dave down here?
No, it's combined.
Oh, okay.
One source. I don't know why it's not coming up with mixer here. But that's a problem for another day. I went in and set the settings and set the audio to be, both these to be USB audio codec. So they're.
Did you say both our microphones on the same level?
Yeah. This thing's acting weird. It won't let me click on the three buttons. It won't let me click on open it.
That's what I am fine getting up here. I was fine, everything, and then as soon as it started asking me about saving stuff, I was like, forget this.
Well, I don't want to mess with anything because we got viewers.
But you say we are working. Can you go ahead and start streaming? Yeah. So you already started streaming too, right? Now we're on up here.
Yeah, we're on.
Okay. As soon as I come over hit live, you're on.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen to it on my phone while you're doing it. Okay.
You can still stand down there if you want.
Now Mixer showed up. All right, try talking.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Basketball. Checking 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Checking levels. Checking everything. Still in preview? Are we live?
Okay, try now.
Check 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going.
And this is Spencer High middle of basketball. We're checking the equipment. Trying to find out what we're on. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Spencer High middle of basketball. Championship game. St. Laurence Rutgers. Jeff Ryan right here. John Haney as well. Check. 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 Siblings. And here we are. Spencer High basketball. Quincy High middle of basketball. The St. Laurence Rutgers. Here on the number 30 championship game. And this should be a both teams are 2-0. And check trying to get the game to you right here. We're still checking. Check 1, check 2, check 3. What's live in the basketball? On MSSportsCode.com. We're still not there. Not getting info right now. What's live basketball? It's live in the middle of basketball. Blue Devil basketball, Mecca Sports Co. Check, check, check. Still working on it. Checking out there, Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. Still checking out, seeing if we're getting a signal out there. Got the video, that's for sure. The video is live and looking good. Pom Pom Squad are up and they're getting after it too. Still waiting for a check. Are we on yet there, John? Check one, are you getting things? Keep going, Quincy High basketball. They're in their blue, home blue, trimmed in white. Actually, it was to be the road blue, but tonight it's the home blue for the championship at 2-0. Waiting for the pregame show, which should be right about the time the tip-off goes on.
And we have a packed house tonight.
Yes, we do. Thank goodness our seats are reserved, as always. And we're still trying to find out how we're looking here as far as the audio. John, you think we're looking good? Check that. You're good, yes. Oh, Lisa can hear us?
Yeah, Lisa said audio, yes, you're good. So
check, check. We're still checking. So all you people out there being patient with us, we are and being very patient. Dr. Wellman, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. And how are we out there?
Your mixer's up. You're working.
So we are working? So once I hit live, we're good?
You're live now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I'll turn you. You're live. I went live so I could hear it on my phone so you can just come out on the screen.
All right, so go ahead and go. All right, sounds like a winner here. Thank you out there, people, for bearing with us here. Jeff Wellman and Dave Pettit. It's Quincy High Blue Devil basketball. The championship right here. Both teams are 2-0. They're playing the St. Lawrence Vikings. Should be a good one, Coach Pettit.
thank you, sir.
Yes. So, Coach, what do you think tonight? We got a good-looking one here. We lost Coach there just a second as he's talking to our technical advisor, John Hammond. We appreciate John coming out on this Thanksgiving weekend as we get ready for this game, and glad you're with us here. We were going to run our coaches' comments. Those are brought to you by QHS Auto Group. And, of course, the key comments with this. We might use them at halftime, actually, Coach. We might play the coaches' comments at halftime. Basically, it was about not only this game, about the emotionalness of the whole fact of the Hall of Fame and Tom Lepper. And so we'll check that. Maybe at halftime we shall run that.
Well, let's see how the Blue Devils come out tonight. I mean, last night they came out with, vengeance, especially on the defensive end. Very aggressive, very physical, getting the steals and pushing it out in transition. I'd like to see a lot more of that tonight because when they get after it defensively, they get easy baskets on the other end and, gets things going.
And we're about ready for the national anthem. We'll take a break and we'll come back. It's the pregame show and it's meccasportsco.com.
For many, your home and auto are two of the biggest investments you'll make. With well-planned coverage from Pregame Insurance, you can rest easy. At Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, they're ready to talk with you about covering the things you care about most: your home, your car, and your family. At Freiberg Insurance, they'll be glad to review your insurance needs and put together a policy that fits you and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pregame Insurance.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us, and when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, We've got you covered from head to toe.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium there, caught up on our ads there. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit, as we're getting ready for the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Blessing Health, Blessing Orthopedic, and Sports Medicine. We have you covered from head to toe. And here's our lineup for the Vikings of St. Lawrence. They'll open up with number 0, Brad Stratton, a 6'1 senior. Second starter is number 4, Zarek Johnson, 6'3 senior. Next up, number 5, E.J. Mosley, 5'11 junior. Number 12, as we check the last ones out here, checking him as he gets to the scoring table. And number 12 is Caleb Lindsay, he's a 6'5 senior. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 25, Jacob Rice, 6'4 senior. And the Vikings are coached by Mr. Roshan Russell. He was at St. Rita before. He is actually an alumni of St. Rita as well. I had a chance to talk to him yesterday during this shootout. So a good basketball team here, Coach. They've come out and they've won 2 ball games in the tournament so far.
Well, good solid basketball team last year that I believe was like 18-13. And they've got 3 seniors that are leading them. So this is going to be a good test for the Blue Devils tonight.
St. Lawrence won the first game against Dunlop 65-52. Then last night beat Lindblom 66-39. And by the way, for those folks out there, we thank Shelley Holtzcraft-Arns. She asked us if we would be broadcasting the Hall of Fame. We decided to, but then we had technical difficulties, so we missed that. So at halftime, we might run Coach's interview, but we'll definitely go through the Hall of Famers that went in tonight. It was an emotional moment, and thank goodness the Tom Lepper moment lasted. Gave our guy time to drive across town and get here, help us out here.
And the coach's comments are sponsored by Kunis Auto Group.
You got it. And, of course, when we don't hear from Coach Douglas, we hear from Coach Pettit. And every once in a while, we throw back Coach Wellman from the 1980s. That's how long it's been since I'm on the floor coaching officially. Titus Petty, the Blue Devil, he's out on the floor right now. As we get ready, again, we always talk about it, the best pregame in high school, possibly college, and throws away some NBA teams as well. So we'll stand up for Titus. And, of course, the flame is in a case in the locker room, and it's really set up nice. I said, now, is that the original one that Mr. Oliver backed up and set the sprinklers off back in the 70s? And they said, yes, that is. Duct tape around the bottom of it as well. So glad you're with us tonight. And again, we're going to talk about it. It's a great night here. Hall of Fame night. A lot of good people went in. We're going to go through that at halftime, spend some time doing that. And maybe we'll run the pregame at halftime and try something new.
And we have a full house all the way up to the rafters. So there should be an electric crowd tonight. So.
Indeed. By the way, we want to thank our man John Hammond, the pyrographics. He is phenomenal on this, and thank goodness we got him at he wasn't somewhere else. So forgot to ask him how the Christmas tree hunt was yesterday, or was it today? We've lost track of our time during Thanksgiving. Here we are for the starting lineup here now for the Blue Devils. Thank you, John, very much. As we mentioned, too, beforehand, the Vikings. That's Dunlop there. I was looking for my Vikings there to find out. Oh, there they are. They're from the Chicago Catholic League. They wear black and gold, but they are wearing their white uniforms tonight. The Devils wore white on Thursday, wore black on Friday. They're in their blue for Saturday for Championship Day, folks. And here's the starting lineup for the Blue Devils. 8 assists last night for this man. Wearing number 5, Cameron Wires, a 5'10" senior. They're all seniors, so I'll just say that right off the bat. The other guard lit him up the first night with 24-9 last night. Number 12, BL3, that's Bradley Loncourt III, 6'4". Dom Clay had another good game as well. Number 14, 6'3". Mark Lauthan, 6'5" senior. Number 20, also with a good ball game. And the man amongst men, amongst boys last night, Keyshawn had 27 points, 17 rebounds. Number 42, Keyshawn Thomas, 6'6", senior. As I mentioned, they're all seniors. Devils are coached by Mr. Andy Douglas, Bruce Bonas, Ryan Brown, and Jeff Obert, along with the Lep all year with his jersey being down there on his chair. And the lights are back on, and we're ready to get after it, Coach.
Well, I think tonight's going to be another game like last night. You know, let's get the ball down low to Keyshawn, make them stop that or double team him. if they don't stop it, let him go to work. If they're going to double team, kick it out for the good open looks. But we have to have the paint touches before we start launching threes.
And remember, this is the 53rd Quincy High Thanksgiving Tournament. The Devils have won 37 of them. If you were here between your freshman and senior year and playing basketball, you at least got to see one trophy from the Thanksgiving Tournament in your years. Many times a 4-year run, and that's what we're trying to do tonight, another one of those 4-year runs. Louthen's in the center circle. On the other side for the Vikings, it will be Caleb Lindsay. Tip goes up. Devils win the tip.
Well, this group of seniors has had a lot of success, going back to their junior high days.
This will be a good one, too. Man-to-man coming out of the Vikings to start this one off. Wires comes out. Louthen comes out between the circles. I know Keyshawn came out for a brief moment, was open. That would have been a long pass. Dom Clay on the left side. He works against Stratton. Back to the top. I'm looking for a shot clock because I think we're in tournament time. BL3 backs up behind three. Oh, off the back of the iron. Flying in was E.J. Mosley for the rebound for the Vikings. Vikings off and running.
Charge.
And yes, we've got a Jeremiah. That's an offensive foul taken by the Blue Devils.
Dom Clay stuck his neck in there.
Nice job, Dom. And for those people who don't know what a Jeremiah is, Jeremiah Talton took some 30 charges that year and knew when to do it and when to block shots. First foul goes against number 25, and that's the big man inside, Jacob Rice. Devils in the half-court set. Dom Clay at the point. Kicks it out in the right corner. BL3 from the corner, no good. And it hits the top of the backboard. Watching so far, the Vikings are doing a great job on the defensive rebounding. They're really boxing out. Devils are going to pick up man-to-man full court. E.J. Mosley will bring it up. Cameron Wires on him. Boy, that one assist last night got down quick that Rico Clay scored before we even saw it. In the left corner, spin on the short, down at the block. Good recovery by Dom Clay, and he recovered just enough. Zarek Johnson, he's got a Z in the front of that, with a travel. Blue Devil basketball, and here comes some full court pressure from the Vikings. Louthen will trigger into Loncourt. Skip it over. Cameron Wires. That's what it looked like. Now kind of it went to a 2-1-2, but I think it was a 2-2. All the way, two of them are back here.
Oh.
Lazy pass across the court. In for the layup. Soft dunk was E.J. Mosley. That's an ill-advised pass across court.
Way too long. When you attack a zone press like that, you've got to keep it within the lane lines, making those passes.
Indeed. Devils with the basketball in the half-court set. High post Keyshawn. Goes down to the low post. Dom Clay from the right side, three, no good.
Way too many threes.
Cameron Wires tracks it down. Now Keyshawn says, I'm out there. He takes one. No good, but Keyshawn followed his shot. The ball bounced off his chest, out of bounds. And we've taken some good looks, but just like you said, and Keyshawn last night started off as the man inside. Let's punch it back in there.
Well, yeah, and Longcourt did a good job inside last game. We got to take it inside.
Devils went with the 1-2-2 three-quarter court. Vikings are in the half-court set now.
Drop back in the man.
We've played 2 minutes of this ball game. Only one score, and that's 2 points for Laurence. St. Lawrence up there in Burbank in the Chicago suburbs south, down by St. Rita. On the perimeter with the basketball, that's Johnson. Johnson went through the lane all the way to the basket and scores. 2-0, or 4-0, excuse me. 2 baskets.
That's it. Take the ball to the hole.
Dom Clay went out of the hole, grabbed his lip when he got it done with that, got popped a little bit. Vikings get the rebound. Again, they're only giving us one shot at it. There's no offensive rebound so far. Loncourt playing D. Ball gets shot from almost the basket into the right corner, and hitting the three-pointer in the corner was Rice. Coach Douglas wants to talk about it, and we'll take a break now and come back. Devils are down 3-0, 5:15 left, or 7-0, excuse me, in the first quarter.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Quick timeout there by Coach Douglas. Not quite 3 minutes in the game, and we're down 7-0.
Definitely didn't like what he's seen here the first, almost 3 minutes of the ball game.
Little full court pressure being applied. Mosley's picking up Wires coming across the timeline now on the far side. Longcore now to set it. He's at the Blue Devil. Behind the arc to the right side is Keyshawn. Couple screens. Longcore pops out. Longcore gets popped, loses the ball, tracks it down. Bradley drives, kicks it out. Right corner. Mark Louthan. Good!
Right there. Paint touch. Get it in the hole. Kick it out for the wide open look. Step into it.
Louthan with the three. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road. That's a nice start. Good steal inside. Cameron Wires was in there with Dom Clay and Keyshawn. Here goes Dom. Yep. Nope, BL3 was right on the baseline. It was not a charge. The guy definitely wasn't there in time. So for the Vikings.
Oh, we got a little extracurricular activity down there now.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, the one guy on their team did a nice job of clearing everything out. That was Johnson.
Number 12's down there getting in the BL3's face, and then Dom Clay came down there, started bumping him. So we're getting a little chippy here.
Stratton on the foul. Second foul against the Vikings. Devils will have it under their own basket. Dom Clay to trigger. There's a screen up high. BL3 up and is fouled. And a hard foul, but as we said, if you're down there and you're going to take a shot and you're going to foul, bring the arm and the basketball down. Coach wants to both Brown and Douglas want to talk to the other four guys while Longcore's in the lane. That's the third foul right now.
Well, they look much better when they take the ball to the hole hard, and getting it down low first, then kicking it out.
Longcore's rolls in and out.
It's all right.
Nice looking touch. 4:30 left first quarter action.
I like what I've seen the last couple of possessions by the Blue Devils.
Glad you're with us tonight. Again, came on a little late, but Coach Pettit and I can always pick up as long as we're in the action. Longcore hits the second free throw. Devils down 7-4. Wires is going to pick up Mosley, three-quarter court, and taking man-to-man all the way down. Pushing to the left side in the half-court set. Coming around the screen is Rice. Takes the shot from outside, no good. Good screen, I thought, from Dom, but flying in there was Mosley. Check that was Johnson, and he got the rebound. Vikings have another chance. Johnson around two screens at the top. Good switches off. Louthan has him. Johnson all the way to the hole. This time, Keyshawn with a big, strong rebound. Here come the Devils inside 4 minutes in the quarter. Longcore hesitates, crossover dribble, left side. It goes into Thomas, to Louthan on the short corner, back out to Dom Clay. Clay looking a little one-on-one, pulls up on Stratton, 14-footer, good. Dom Clay with a nice pull-up there on Stratton.
Once again, another paint touch, driving the ball to the hole, nice wide, good 14-footer.
Devils are back within one. That's the patience. You can't get it all in one. And the Devils, just as they jumped out the other day, 7-0. The other team came back in that first night. Lindblom, good defense there. Keyshawn made a bump on his man, knocked him out of bounds, and then got the rebound. In transition, Dom Clay from 22 off. Keyshawn tracking it down, and a great call from the official on the far side.
Well,
he released, and Keyshawn was trying to go, and he was being held up and couldn't hustle there, and it was great because the baseline guy didn't see it. I don't know why we're so chippy here.
Oh, yeah, this is going to get officials better get a hold of this right now.
Especially with all the talking and that, and we've seen so many times where they've gone overboard on keeping things settled down.
Well, the Blue Devils were getting in a little huddle, talk strategy and whatever, and number 4 from St. Burbank stuck his nose in there and they pushed him away, and then 12 come and grab him. It's going to get good.
It's funny if the guy comes up and kind of acts like he sticks his ear in, but when you're actually doing that, BL3, good fake.
Go.
Oh, and a turnaround. BL3 hits the shot, fakes his man out, leaves his jock on the ground if they're still wearing them. 8-7. Devils take the lead with 3 minutes left in the first.
Well, once again, another paint touch.
Devils picking it back up. Now watch for some intensity on the defensive side. Man-to-man coming from the Devils. Stratton over to the left side. There's Johnson pulling up. That's Mosley. Mosley misses. Long rebound. Couldn't do anything about that. Vikings get it and then hits a three-pointer. And that's Stratton pulling up from outside. Tough one there.
Offensive rebound kick out, wide open look for Burbank St. Laurence.
And we had a good screen out. The ball just went over him, and it's going to happen sometimes.
Well, the long shots are going to be long rebounds. You got to make sure you put a body on people about 10 foot away from the basket.
Longcourt with a screen from Thomas. Hesitates, shot good. I'll tell you, Bradley's got it now. Basically, that little fake is getting guys off on defense, and he's wide open the last two shots.
Mid-range game, like Mike used to do it. You know what I mean? That 15 to 17-foot jump shot up there, he's nailing those big time.
And a little
stretch
fadeaway.
it out to the 3, yep.
Looked like him as well.
Yep.
Inside 2 minutes, 10-10.
Ooh.
And the Devils will get their first foul. Dom Clay with that out high. He's out there guarding Zarek Johnson. First on the Devils. On the other side, 4. So we're shooting 2 in the last 2 minutes if we can get another foul off the Vikings. Love those dead ball points.
Well,
Mosley.
and the way we've been taking it to the hole, we got a good possibility of getting some of those.
Rico Clay Jr. checked into the ball game. Wires is still in there too. Louthan takes a break. So it is both Clays, Wires, Thomas, and BL3.
I love bringing the 2 football players off the bench because they give you a little bit of physicality.
Very physical, and they still get up down the floor.
Oh!
Wires tips it into the backcourt. Stratton tracks it down for the Vikings. Approaching 1:25 and counting in this quarter. A timeout taken. Burbank's looking, saying, hey, we're having a tough time. We need to talk about this a second. Speaking of talking about it, let's head to our advertisers. We're back with Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com.
If you're a business owner, a lot of things keep you awake at night. Your insurance shouldn't be one of them. With well-planned coverage from Pregame Insurance, you can rest easy. Call Freiburg Insurance in Quincy for a quick insurance review. They'll make sure your business coverage is up to date and thorough. Freiburg Insurance will work with you to put together a policy that fits your business and your budget. Call 217-224-7774 and rest easy knowing you're covered by Pregame Insurance.
Back to Blue Devil Gymnasium. Jeff Wellman, Dave Pettit. It's Saturday. It's championship day. And it's the Devils and the Vikings. Quincy High and Burbank St. Lawrence. Devils got down 7-0, came with an 8-point run, up 1, and then after the three-pointer from Stratton, Devils come back with a bucket. It's 10-10, 1:20 left in the first quarter action. Vikings have the basketball. They'll work to the far end. E.J. Mosley works against Wires. Double high on the post. Ball goes out. Driving to the basket. Oh, Johnson went, and was it Rico Jr.? Yes.
Yep.
Rico was suave there, went up and swatted the shot. Devils had a hold of it, lost it out of bounds, so Vikings will have it under their own basket. That's that athletic ability. Boy, he is really, and he's gotten stronger. He'll be fun to watch play football at Illinois State next year. And I think Rico was holding on there. Heading to the basket was the Viking. I think Marquise.
That was a little body hug there.
Indeed it was. Heading to the basket was Sean Rice, the 6'4 sophomore who checked in. And Rico just gave him a little love, little hug. His second foul against the Devils. As we've got 1 minute left in the first quarter action, tied 10-10. That's what you expect a championship game. Hesitation, kicks out left side from 22 feet, rolls out. But it was tipped out to Stratton at the top. His three no good. Keyshawn with another rebound. Devils work down the right side. Wires looking into Rico. Back to the top. Works left side to Longcourt.
I like to see a little pick and roll out there with Keyshawn and BL3.
Actually, not a bad screen from Rico as well coming off the ball. Down to 35 seconds. Left side. It goes into Rico, but it was a little bit of a hurried pass. He wasn't quite set. It was outside his arms.
Well, you got to wait for the big guy to get down low, get set, and then call for the ball.
Well, you know what was going to happen.
Put your hand up, and then you hit the hand.
He was going to hit him at the short corner. We had somebody flashing down from the high post, and he was waiting to get that assist. Vikings with the basketball out high. E.J. Mosley. Devils staying in that man-to-man. We'll see that 1-2-2 at times. We did see it a little bit in the three-quarter. Down to 14 seconds. Mosley dribbles into the lane, comes back out. Now down to 10.
And Cameron Wires has put a good job, pressuring the point guard out there.
Jacob Rice, turnaround, partially blocked Dom Clay. But Clay got a little bit of the arm or body.
A little body there.
Clay with a nice block. For Dom, it will be his second foul. Team foul number 3 with 2.7 seconds left in the first quarter. Jacob Rice will go to the line. He had a three-pointer in this quarter, as well as Stratton. He's going to get 2 shots.
I mean, Keyshawn did a good job bodying up with him and, forcing an off-balance shot. and then Dom trying to come and block it on that. Just let him shoot the ball and go get the rebound and then get out on the fast break.
I think the ball just came to Dom. He didn't realize it was going to be a shot right there. And he realized, hey, I'm close enough to block this shot. First free throw was not good by Jacob Rice. Second one on its way with 2.7 left. In and out. Rico gets it. And a long toss. It almost bounced up and in. And that's how we'll finish the first quarter. Your Quincy High Blue Devils 10, St. Lawrence Vikings 10. And this is the way it is, championship day right here in Blue Devil Gymnasium. And you can listen and watch mechasportsco.com.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Back here at Blue Devil Gymnasium, Billy Waters is in the house. Class of 72. Pretty good basketball player in his own right. He used to play over in the AAWL over at Madison School. I'll tell you what that means in the break, but let's put it this way. If you could touch the net, you were not allowed to play there. So when I played and showed up and grabbed the rim, I was asked to leave. And a bunch of great guys, too, by the way. First quarter is over. It's 10-10. Devils got down 7, came back with an 8-point run. Shook it out a little bit after that timeout, and probably coach just giving a little encouragement.
Well, they came out with a little bit more intensity on the defensive end, led by Cameron Wires up front.
Wires is in the second quarter. Devils are playing defense. Rico Clay Jr., as well as BL3, Keyshawn Thomas, and Trace Ruth in the ball game right now. Stratton with the basketball for the Vikings. We'll check the rest of their lineup in a second. Johnson comes up to the top of the key and gets it. Got a couple new ones in there, and I think 20 was one of them there. That was Sean Rice. Ball's inside. Oh, and bouncing right to Sean Rice going to the basket. Help came from Ruth from behind, and Trace gets called for his first foul.
Bad things happen when you let the other team get in the paint. Good things happen when you get into the paint. You got to protect the paint at every possession, especially on the defensive end.
Sean Rice will shoot 2. It was Ruth on the foul. So Rice in there in the second half. Jacob Rice as well. He wears number 25, so I will be saying Jacob and Sean. Misses the first. And, of course, Mosley and Johnson stayed in there, as well as Stratton wearing the single knot. 0. First free throw was no good. Second one no good as well. So free throw shooting, killing them. Rebound was good there by BL3, had it knocked away. And we just kind of waited to see who they were giving it to. And I think there might have been a little contact, and they said easier to give it to the Blue Devils. And here comes some full court pressure. Stratton, Mosley, Johnson in the front court, or the back court, excuse me. The Rice twins, and it's not the Rice twins, but the Rice boys, because they're 2 different years apart. In the half-court set. Cameron Wires with it. 7:20 left in the first half. Nice step back. Count it. BL3 got in there with a little room with his defense. Step back for the 3, and it's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
Well, and he's gotten into the groove, taking the ball to the hole, getting those 14 and 17 footers. He just stretched it out a little bit and nailed that one.
Vikings back in the half-court set. 5 on the perimeter, and then they do a lot of that running into the high post, low post. Driving to the hole, they kick it out to the right side. Johnson, he will drive to the hole. He's got some good speed, a good first step. He goes all the way to the hole and is not stopped.
Good hops, very physical.
There you go. I was looking for the hops. Thank you, Coach. I won't go with the barley there. 6:30, left side, Ruth. Thomas comes in. Thomas from the short corner. Reverse, count it! Thomas goes strong with a reverse layup, and he is fouled. He'll have the and 1.
Once again, they should be feeding him underneath. When he gets down on that block, give him the ball and let him go to work, because they don't have anybody that can guard him.
Thomas got it on that short corner and immediately turned. And a lot of times you face up. He turned and felt nothing and had a great spin move, took it to the opposite side. Foul was called on Jacob Rice, his second. Team's first in the second quarter.
We can do a lot more of that.
Keyshawn completes that three-point play, brought to you by Woodmark Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Kevin Vandemet and company. Go out and check them out. 6:20 and counting left first quarter. Devils have opened up a 16-12 lead. Back on D. Ruth's at the point. Goes into the high post. A fake, a shot, no good. Lauthen gets the rebound after playing D.
Good, strong rebound.
And Mark stayed with it, too. And we've got a foul. Just checking in was Marquise Peoples. He's got a foul. 2 fouls going against the Vikings in this second quarter. 1 on the Blue Devils. Jacob Rice checks out. He's got 2 fouls.
I mean, we're going to need somebody to help Keyshawn on the glass.
And Lauthen did a nice job right there. Rico coming in would help us out.
Yes.
And BL3's going to have to step down as well. Screen and roll at the top. Cameron Wires all the way into the basket. Oh, and it rolls out. Keyshawn's in. And it was a great pick and roll, but it was not the roll. And as soon as he came around, he saw the avenue. Cameron goes all the way to the basket, and it rolled out. Keyshawn with the rebound. Couldn't get the ball up on the rim, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Another strong rebound by Keyshawn.
And I'll tell you, the move by Wires to the basket.
And we got Coach Hoyt from Quincy University here watching, and, you know, possibly a recruit or two.
Well, we hope he's out there recruiting. Keyshawn misses the first one.
Or he's just here to see a good basketball game.
And that would be good, too. Zarek Johnson, his first foul, 3rd team foul against the Vikings in the second quarter. Devils with 1. Keyshawn has 1 more. Devils just 4-point lead right now. Make it 5. Keyshawn 2 for 3 from the stripe.
Well, I'll say that's a bad foul.
84 feet from the basket. I would agree with you, Coach. Cameron Wires gets in there and commits his first. Team second. Yeah, you don't want to ever, and especially if you're ever in a bonus, you never want to foul there and walk that other way with dead ball points. Substitution now, Jairus Rice Jr. with his athletic abilities checks in. Trace Ruth checking out. So it is Wires, Rice Jr., Thomas Lauthen, and BL3. Vikings with the basketball in the half-court set. Almost a travel there. Nice spin move on Rice. Rice gets the rebound, though, on the miss. The miss was by Johnson.
Beautiful.
Inside, throw it down. BL3 with 2 hands. He throws it down. The assist came from Rice, did it not, Coach?
Yes, it did. Rebound, assist, good defense by Rice. Dunk on the other end.
19-12, BL3 showing that off-season workout and strength. He goes in strong with the 2 hands. And good hands there. BL3 comes to help out. He tips the ball, and it goes off the leg of Peoples. Blue Devils basketball. 5:15 left in the first half. 7-point lead. Devils with the basketball.
I love the pace that the Blue Devils are playing at. Even when they take it out of bounds, they're pushing the ball up the floor, getting into like a secondary. Ooh.
On the post, on the right side, Keyshawn double-teamed. He went strong. And I'll tell you what, Devils are on an 8-point run. And Coach Russell wants to talk about it. Devils lead 21-12. And you're listening to Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agent.
Like that.
They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than their friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs
How
in
could you
person.
pick one over
Call
the
them
other?
at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
No, I'm doing this.
Are you shushing me?
Yeah, oh, yeah, we're shushing. We're doing a little band action here while we're doing that as well. I know I've got my finger up instructing him, basically looking for a count, when we're going back on the air. 4:58 left in the second quarter. That'd be the first half as well. 21-12, rush.
Well, I tell you what, aside from the first, 2.5 minutes of the game when they went up 7-0, the Blue Devils have shut them down, basically the last 8 minutes of the game and given them 5 points. They picked up the defensive pressure, and that's translated into easy offensive, transition points.
Good crowd here. Feels a little warm in here, too, tonight. Normally there's some air blowing through here. They do have fans, if you ever noticed, on the sides up there. I don't know if they're running. Vikings basketball. Rice to pick up a defense. We're still playing man-to-man on Johnson.
I like this guard tandem out there. They're quick, they're small, and they get after it.
Shot from outside. 3. Oh, my. A nice three-pointer by E.J. Mosley. stepped up and hit it, so that cuts into the 8-point run, our second 8-point run of the ball game. We're still leading by 6, 21-15. Into the right corner, Lauthen passes up the shot, goes in the high post. Keyshawn turns around for the 15-footer, no good. Boy, Rice was flying up there for the rebound, and it just popped over his hand. Nobody picks him up, and that is Zarek Johnson. He goes coast to coast with nobody stopping the ball.
Coach can't be happy with that.
No, the first thing we tell him is if you don't stop it, at least slow it down. Somebody's got to pick him up.
At half court is what I used to say.
I would agree with you, Coach. Short corner on the left side. Thomas is double team. Goes into Lauthen. Lauthen, he fakes, he waits, and then he takes it to the opposite side. Mark with a great move in there.
Great pass by Keyshawn.
Oh, he wants to get some assists to go with those rebounds and points. The big man.
It's a very unselfish team. I mean, they share the ball well.
Indeed. Down to the left corner is Johnson. He's going to go ahead and pull up. Oh, my. Wires was there on him. And actually, it was E.J. Mosley. He hit the last 3, too. And he just stepped back a little bit and figured, if you're not going to get right on me, I'm going to shoot it. We saw that the other night with Okami. It took me the whole game to go, Okami. Of course, he played for Lindblom. They had their game right before this one. They beat Dunlop, I believe. Dunlop comes 0-3 in the tournament. Lindblom goes 1-2. Rice with the basketball at the top. Lauthen in the high post. Low short corner on the right side is Keyshawn.
Looks like we're in a 1-3-1 for St. Lawrence.
Oh, a little bump there from Mosley. Ball gets worked around left side to Wires. In the high post now we got both Devils. Thomas and Lauthen. Skips over left side. Wires. Approaching 3 minutes left in the half. Rice will reset. Good patience by the Devils. Down in that short corner again. Into the second block, and immediately Peoples does a hand check. And when the ball gets there, that's when you got to release when the guy makes the move. Peoples gets called for his second. It is team foul number 4.
Once again, St. Lawrence doesn't have anybody to guard Keyshawn.
Yep. Last night, at least the big man, Isaac Foster.
He
tried, exactly, until he fouled out. Longcore from 23 feet, good! BL3 from 23.
Well, from the Devil here.
And that one's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. That ball was almost over by 12th and Seminary Road. I think we're in the right direction there. Devils up 26-20. Staying in that man-to-man. Ball goes inside, now gets kicked out.
Good closeout by Key.
Reggie Stevens, number 3, is in the game for the Vikings. E.J. Mosley has it at the top. Johnson gets it off the right side, takes a screen, roll for Peoples. No, Johnson goes all the way home. Johnson scores. Johnson's got 8 points. Again, he's got that extra gear. He's got a little jumping ability, too. Top of the key, Wires over to the right side. Here's same spot, BL3. Good! Why not? You hit it once, let's hit it again.
He's warming up a little bit from three-point land, but once again, they have the paint touch and then kicking it out to the opposite wing.
And you can get your paint at Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. I kind of like that segue. Rebound in there by Rice. Missed shot by the Vikings. Rice skips it over. Right side, BL3. No, long rebound out front. Rice gets it. BL skips it. Goes in. Oh, and a great pass. Oh, it was a no-looker.
Oh, there we go.
Thomas, it rolled off the rim. And Thomas goes, how did that not go in? And then he went back up, and he got fouled. I think he got fouled. Unlike last night where Keyshawn was on the foul line ready to shoot, and the foul was on him, and everybody was on the other end.
He's like, hey, where's everybody going?
That was pretty good, by the way. Foul was called on E.J. Mosley, his first. The last minute 40, Devils will be shooting 2. Of course, on this one, it's because Keyshawn was shooting.
Once again, 2 offensive rebounds by Keyshawn. Second one, he got hammered.
That was a good move there by Longcore after he hit 2 threes. The third one he missed. He knew they were coming out on him, and he took it all the way to the hole. And when the guy came out, it was nothing but just a quick pass. And I thought Keyshawn looked like he was going to dunk it. And with 2 hands, and at the last minute, he said, no, I'm going to shoot a layup. And it just snuck out on him. Keyshawn's a little frustrated there. He's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe already. And they've all looked good when they left his hand and hit the rim. Like that one right there.
That one had a little bit more arch than the last one.
Yep. And if that company with the arches ever wanted to, no, we'll go away from that. Devils lead 30-22. Minute and a half left in the first half. Stick around at halftime. We'll break down those Hall of Fame people. I don't know if we'll have time. Coach Douglas' interview is only a couple of minutes, but we'll see about that. Mosley driving, did a little push-off on BL3, then kicks it outside. The three-pointer was no good, but then Bradley got the rebound. Stevens missed the three-pointer. Long court across the timeline. He's got E.J. Mosley on him. Right in the Quincy.
Pick and roll right here.
In front of the scoring table.
Let's go.
There's the roll. Oh, and a great pass. Count it. Give the assist to Longcore. Give Thomas the shot, and it's good. It was a beautiful roll. He's fouled. He's going for the three-pointer.
They can run that darn near any time. I mean, what a beautiful pass by BL3. Good screen by Key. Got the guard on his hip. Released to the basket. Good strong move to the hole. Finish.
Foul was called on Marquise Peoples. His third foul. So Peoples going down to see the Peoples like Jeff Purdy right behind the bench there and his wife. Like I said, he must be in the front row. Jeff Euchre.
He moved off the lane on that one.
And Thomas, that's his second missed opportunity at a three-point play. No, he hit that first one, excuse me. Inside 1 minute left. Devils lead by 10, 32-22. Staying in that man-to-man defense. Rice, Longcore, Wires, Louthan, and Thomas. We haven't seen Dom Clay for a little while, too, but he did get those two fouls early. Mosley's going to back it out with 35 seconds. Keyshawn coming out to guard him there.
Enrico gave us some good minutes early, too.
Oh, Enrico, just that strength. He can get up on the rebounding. Had a block shot. Got to love that as well. Down to 25 ticks. Coach Russell pretty well setting up the last play for the half. Either going down 8 or 7. Or if the Devils get a quick rebound and a shot, to the left side, back up. E.J. Mosley. Keyshawn's out there with the guard, too. You see Louthan and Rice and BL3 waiting for help. Mosley trying to get by him. Doesn't. Pulls up. 15-footer. No good. Keyshawn takes it away from Gireras. And the long toss, it's a pass. But the key was it was not a score for the Vikings. And we end up with a great run in the second quarter. We had a run at 8 in the first quarter. We had a run of 8 in the second quarter. And we finished up the quarter with a 6-point run, now leading 32-22.
Well, since the 5 minute, 15-second mark, in the first quarter, we've played 13 minutes and gave them 15 points in 13 minutes. If you give these teams, a point a minute, that's equaling out to about 35 a game, 32 a game. So, I mean, their defense, they stepped it up from the way they've started, and it's progressed into, a 10-point lead for the Devils.
And, of course, coming into this game, both teams had given up 45.5 for the first two games. It's halftime. We'll be back to break down the first half, talk about the Hall of Famers with the score. The Blue Devils 32, the Vikings 22. It's Blue Devil basketball right here on mechasportsco.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Are you a contractor? If so, listen up. Freiberg Insurance in Quincy, a Pekin insurance partner, is known for providing the best contractor coverage in the area. They've thought of everything, from covering your facilities to protecting your tools and equipment while on the road, and even your employees. Ready to learn more? Call Freiberg Insurance at 217-224-7774 and let them help build a Pekin insurance portfolio that protects your business, your employees, and your livelihood.
Back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, it's half court, halftime. Half court is where the pom-pom squad is. That was pretty good pull on that error. We've played 16 minutes. St. Laurence started this ball game off with the first 7 points of the ball game. Devils, after a timeout and a word or two from Coach Douglas, pulled out 8 points, took a 1-point lead. The three-pointer on the other side, minute 10-8. Devils came back with a bucket, 10-10. And I think at the end of that quarter, too, Laurence missed 2 free throws to even take the lead. Second quarter started off, Devils hit a 3. 2-pointer on the other side for the Vikings. Devils go on an 8-point run. Build it to 21-12 rush, and then 2 baskets the other way. We got to 26-22 as the Vikings came back into the game, and then it was 3-pointer good shot, and then bucket. And so we ran off the last 6 points and took the 10-point lead into the locker room, 32-22.
Well, and, I tell you what, those first, 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the game, we were coming down, shooting challenge threes, and then we got back to Blue Devil basketball, taking it to the hole, kicking it out. The paint touches, when you either drive to the paint and then kick it out, or you feed down low to the block and then kick it out opposite. I mean, then it started opening up, big time with the three-point shots, and then everything started flowing. But, it starts out the defensive end. We've given them, 15 minutes, the last, 15 points the last 13 minutes. You do that, you're going to win a lot of basketball games.
And Don O'Brien's up here for the all-tournament team, and I seem to not be able to find my all-tournament ballot. It was just sitting right here in front of me. Anyway, let's do this as we're getting ready for the Hall of Fame here, and we're going to be talking about those people in the Hall of Fame. This is kind of weird, Coach. I didn't set that over by you, did I? Who knows? Hold on, I got it. Sorry about that, folks. We are just working on a couple things here. There we go, thank you. All right, so our Hall of Fame inductees tonight. Zach Burry was one, and of course he is one of just 7 golfers in program history with 2 or more state medals. As a junior, he tied for 3rd at the regionals with a 3 over 75 and took 2nd at the sectionals with a 2 over, and leading the Blue Devils to a sectional title. He finished 5th in Class 2A tournament with a 2 over 74. Rain forced the state tournament to be cut back to an 18-hole event. Then as a senior, he won the Western Big Six individual championship, went on for a 2nd in regionals. Devils won the title, and he shot 3 over 75 at sectionals to finish tied for 5th as the Devils won the title. And QHS won 9 consecutive tournament titles that season. I saw Matt Burry on the way in, his dad, and so congratulations to Zach Burry. And, of course, I believe he was in the lines of Coach Bruner during that time. With that, we're going to take a quick break here so we can do the Hall of Fame ballots. We'll come back and pick up the rest of Hall of Famers so Don O'Brien can get his job done. You're listening to Blue Devil Basketball on mechasportsco.com.
From competitive youth sports to high school and college athletes to fitness enthusiasts, sports injuries can easily put you on the sidelines. Our orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine physicians are here to diagnose and treat your sports injuries should they arise. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
Dreaming of a new kitchen or bath that's as functional as it is beautiful? At Woodmart Building Center, we bring your vision to life. Choose from a wide variety of cabinetry finishes and styles to fit any space and budget. Our expert designers work with you every step of the way to create a space that's uniquely yours. From timeless classics to modern masterpieces, your dream kitchen or bath starts here. Visit Woodmart Building Center today. Find us at woodmartbuildingcenter.com or stop by our showroom at North 12th and Seminary Road, Quincy.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll. 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Sorry about that, Coach Pettit. I put my finger up again. Back here at halftime. Devils lead by 10. Sorry about that, folks. We had to get our Hall of Fame in there. Your point, Coach Pettit.
Well, I tell you what, the way the Blue Devils are playing, the way, Keyshawn's playing, the way Bradley's playing, you almost have to have a joint, the way I looked at it, but we couldn't do that, so we split our votes. Indeed.
Hey, let's break down the rest of that Hall of Fame people out there. Jeff Hibbert in the house, our colored man from a long time ago. So, and a shout out to Mike Moores as he's brought the grandkids to their first game. Awesome job there, Jeff. Here's the rest of the Hall of Famers. Katie Fabel, we talked about her, arguably the most dominant girls tennis player in program history. She finished her 4-year career with 145 matches. She never lost on court 1 at Reservoir, which was awesome. She went 38-5 in singles as a senior. Great career out there, and she's gone on to be a dentist. And she married, of course, George McDonald's son, Aiden, over at Notre Dame. And they live in Quincy, and, of course, she practices with her dad, I believe, out there on Main Street across from Flynn Stadium. All right, our next person up, Tiffany Turwelp-Smith. We ran into her right before a St. Dominic Dolphin like Coach Pettit and I, the most dominant post player that we had. 1,000 rebounds, nobody else did it. 1,000 points plus, just impressive. She was taller tonight than I've ever seen her, but she was wearing heels. And so Tiffany Turwelp-Smith, and I love it because I told her, my mom got to help coach you, along with Vonderhaar and some of those girls out there at St. Dominic. So cool stuff. So congratulations to her. The other big individual, and he was the last one to be honored, and the whole family came out. I had a chance to talk to Kent Lepper, his dad and mom. Great family. I met Terry for the first time because he left for 10 years. And, of course, Trent was just a little guy, and I've known him, married Jennifer Boudreau. But Lep was a player here, a player at Quincy College. He's been a coach here for over 25 years. He was an educator, just an impact kind of guy. And you really saw what Lep meant to the community at his visitation, at his funeral, and tonight, the standing ovation and how long it went. Yeah. We're missing Lep, and we'll be thinking about him all year long. And, of course, we've got the TL54 in our cars. And we rounded out Coach Longo. We thought about bringing him up. I tried to call him today to talk about the pregame. Where was he at? An alumni soccer game in the cold today. And, of course, that 94 team was quite impressive. They were 21-1-2, undefeated in the season. Coach, I asked him tonight, the next year went to state, and they were the first team to do that. How'd you guys lose? He said, you'll never believe this. We had like 32 shots on goal to 1 shot from the opponents. It was the 1 shot that went in, and I believe it was one where he was going back to get it. He ran into the pole. It was a lofter, and it hit him in the head and went in the goal. I mean, that's a tough way to lose. I said we've had those in basketball, kind of similar, and I didn't go any farther with that. So congratulations to all of those Hall of Famers that we just mentioned there. Zach Burry, Katie Fauble, Tiffany Turwelp-Smith, Tom Lepper, and the 1994 boys soccer team, who I said hi to Everett Abbey out there. Hadn't seen him for a while. Donovan Bradshaw, another one of those studs from that team. Well, that was your halftime show there. I'm glad my pregame with Andy was short today. It was just basically talking about Lep and the fact that it's going in 2-0, 2-0. So Devils start off with the basketball in the second half. Wires, Loncourt, Dom Clay, Thomas. That's what I thought. Dom Clay, Thomas, and Lauthen. Someone had just let us know that if we don't bring the levels down, our mixer's picking it up. 22-footer from out high. Loncourt misses. Loncourt follows him shot. Nobody there. He misses the dunk. But then Mark Lauthen on the weak side made the shot, and they called the foul. And so we're going to have a 3-point play. Unless he's calling it before on the floor. Loncourt took the 3-pointer, and it was quite impressive because the ball bounced. Bradley followed it all the way in. And he stood right there, took it up, and he just went over the basket. Another one like Keyshawn in the first half. And actually the guy called the foul beforehand on Bradley when he went in to make the dunk, I guess. All right, they kind of lost that a little bit because Lauthen did score on the weak side, but it was a late foul from the weak side and Loncourt shooting. They still got the third foul up on Peoples on the board. So now a little confusion there. So if you watched it on TV, as you should be, or on your stream, you saw Bradley follow it in down the left side, went up strong, scooted over the board, and Lauthen on the weak side took it up strong. And Coach, good to see him from Culver Stockton College, Coach Hobbs. We figured give him a little love, too, since we gave some to Coach Hoyt. And Hoyt was at Culver Stockton College at one time. Now, Peoples is listed as a foul, but he had 3 fouls. There we go. They finally put it on the board. Lauthen is going to take the shot, and it was an and one opportunity. He did miss the free throw. I had Loncourt going down for 2 shots on that one, Coach, so glad we got that straight. The foul was called on Caleb Lindsay, his third, and the first to start the third quarter. Oh, I thought that was some darn good defense down on the block by Keyshawn Thomas. The officials thought else because they gave that one. I thought Thomas had his hand straight up. Taken to the basket was Jacob Rice. He'll have a chance at and one. For Keyshawn, only his first foul. First foul for the Devils in the third quarter. Shot was good, right, Coach?
Yep. 9-point lead for the Devils.
34-25. Hurry up and give him the points there before we get into the action there. Left side Wires with the basketball in the half-court set. In the high post to Keyshawn. BL3 now at the top of the key. Keyshawn steps out to get the ball. Inside 7 minutes left, third quarter. Dom comes around, takes the three.
Tough
and he
shot.
was just he had defense on him, and his sight was just to the left, and that's where the ball went.
Tough shot. Challenge three. You know, once again, no paint touches.
Here we go again, a discussion by the officials. I'm still trying to figure out what the discussion is.
That was an air ball that went out of bounds.
Yeah, it was pretty simple. 6:47 left in the third. Devils are going to put some full court pressure out there. Bringing the ball down the court, of course, E.J. Mosley. Trying to set, and Stratton pops out the left side. He's going to pull from 24 feet. Oh, my goodness. He hit a three in the first quarter. That was way deep, Coach. Definitely NBA. Devils lead to cut to 6 with 6.5 left in the third. 4 in the perimeter, high post. Thomas sets a screen now. Wires comes around. He pulls up for the 15-footer, no good. Ball in the strong corner. Longcourt picks it up. Back out high, a ball fake. Now it's skipped all the way to the left corner. Good! Dom Clay hits the three. Cameron Wires gets the assist. Good job there. Cameron had a ball fake just for a second, then realized instead of 2 passes to get there, it could make it through the zone. Good job by the Devils helping out as Stratton was down on the block. Clay and Louthan were both there, tipped it away. And Clay's kind of smiling and choking with the official. I think he might have missed it. Or at least they think so. Stratton had triggered in for the Vikings. In the left corner, Mosley. Mosley comes out, uses that screen with Lindsey. Lindsey goes back door, he's not there. Stratton pops out. Longcore's on him this time. I think Bradley even said, bring it. Mosley coming out with that screen again.
I think he said, go for it.
Exactly. Mosley pulls up from 22. No good.
Good,
Thomas with a
rebound.
strong one. Thank you, Coach. That was a good one. Longcore right in front of Coach Douglas in transition. Hesitate. Takes it in. Tries to finger roll it. No good.
I think he got fouled.
I think he did too because that finger roll never got off. Johnson goes all the way home, and it looks like Dom's going to be calling for his third foul as he fouls Johnson. Team foul was our second team foul. One only for the Vikings in this quarter. And that will send Zarek Johnson to the line to shoot 2. 5:24 left, 3-quarter action. First one is good. I tell you, Johnson and Mosley both do a pretty darn good job of getting to the basket.
Yep.
Substitution in the ball game. Trying to see who actually was in. Oh, there you go, Trace Ruth. He's back at half court. Second free throw good as well. 37-30, Devils with the lead. Passive pressure, actually some pressure put full court now. Devils get it across the timeline. Mark Louthan has it. He'll hand it to Cameron Wires, who takes it down to the left wing. BL3 at the top. Man-to-man still from the Vikings. Both teams pretty well playing man-to-man the whole game. Skips over left corner. Wires. Hesitate. Stops at the short corner. Finds Longcore at the top of the key. BL3 misses. Good hustle. Thomas going after the rebound. But stepping out and taking that away was Caleb Lindsey for St. Lawrence. Drive to the basket. Longcore's going to commit the foul there, I believe. E.J. Mosley made a quick move. Bradley realized, so he went ahead and committed the foul. That was a good foul probably because E.J. is going to go all the way to the basket. It was on the ground. BL3, his third for the team. Stratton having a tough time getting it in. Gets it to Jacob Rice into the high post. Lindsey backs it out. He'll get it to his guard. That's Zarek Johnson. He's at the point. Stratton down here in the left corner. E.J. Mosley sets a screen for him. Right side, Lindsey and Rice. Mosley now working against Keyshawn Thomas. Thomas doing a great job. From the baseline, goes all the way to the right corner. Stratton misses the three. Tipped out by Lindsey, tracked down by E.J. Mosley. Vikings with another one. Doesn't go, rolls off the rim. BL3's there. In transition, across the timeline. BL3 goes in. He goes up like he's going to finger roll it. Then he drops that pass to the left block. Who's there? Keyshawn Thomas. Give the assist to BL3. Thomas with the basket. Inside, and Cameron just got a little too into Zarek Johnson. Like we mentioned, he has a few more inches on Cameron, and he's got about the same quickness. For Cameron, only his second foul.
He's done a much better job. I mean, last night, reaching in. You know, got some cheap fouls last night. Tonight, we've only had one reach-in foul, and he's kept them in front and just hounded whoever bringing the ball down the floor.
First free throw is good by Johnson. We're halfway through the third quarter, +6. That means there's 4:06 on the board. Johnson with another one up. It is good. Johnson had 8 in the first half. He's got 4 free throws in this half. He's got 22. Check that, 12. Check my math. Devils with pressure on him. Get it across half court. Longcore after bumping the Viking, who goes all the way down to the baseline with a scoot. Inside Louthan, back on the perimeter. I know there was an advantage, and we didn't take advantage of that. Caleb Lindsey's going to commit the foul there, and he feels Lindsey, I think, hits his 4th. We'll double check that. Is up now. Reggie Stevens, number 3. Lindsey will check out. Not on the board yet, but I've got him for 4. We'll do a double check. Devils basketball into their own basket. BL3 will trigger the box out of bounds play. Thomas and Louthan on the low blocks. Wires and Ruth on the high box. High post, excuse me. Ruth top of the key. Looking inside, getting big as Thomas. Thomas wants the basketball. We just haven't found a good angle. Rice is fronting him. Around the left side, at the wing, Louthan. Thomas comes over to the block. Yeah, that high pass from 25 feet ain't going to make it. You're going to have to make a couple good passes. And there's one, baseline. Longcore with the fadeaway. He came to get the ball, and a nice little fadeaway for the J on the baseline. 41-32, Devils back up by 9. Mosley on this side. Drops it in the left corner. Wow, and he hasn't taken any shots yet. Now Reggie Stevens is in the scoring column, and that's a three-pointer from the corner. Devils still lead by 6 with the ball in the half-court set. Coach Russell almost in the game there as he's out on the court about 4 feet. Left side, Ruth. Stratton guards him, top of the key. BL3, hesitation, backs through his legs. Shot just off the front of the iron. Louthan tries to tip it away. Here come the Vikings. In transition, Stratton was guarded at the 3, and when Thomas flashed at Stratton, he realized he had to pass it. He threw it at Rice's feet. It went into the backcourt. That's called over and back, Devils basketball.
Good job on transition defense that time. Blue Devils getting back, stopping the fast break.
Devil will have the ball with a 6-point lead, 41-35. Inside 3 minutes left in the third. Johnson trying to guard Longcore, bumps him 2 or 3 times. He pulls up from 12, good. And it was that little pull up after a little contact. Didn't have to fade on that one. And drills it. 8-point lead. Love to see the guys, and especially Longcore and Thomas, picking their game up right now.
1-2-2.
Dom got in foul trouble. He's got 3 now. Long shot by E.J. Mosley, no good. Not the shot you want to take down 8, unless it goes in. Who was the rebound by? Yep, Keyshawn Thomas. 17 rebounds last night. In the high post behind the arc. Jareris Rice Jr. checked in. Hesitation with the dribble, all the way to the hole, left hand. Oh, we've had so many balls bounce and jump out.
Yep.
That's that new colored Nerf basketball we're using. New bright orange.
At least we can see where it's at now.
And that is true there. Rice is going to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws, so that's the good thing. Foul was called on number 3, Reggie Stevens. Stevens, his first foul. Third team foul as Jareris hits the first one. Really has added a nice dimension there with his strength and quickness. Taking that from, of course, that great football season. Misses the second one. Devils still lead 44-35. Inside 2 minutes. Third quarter action. Mosley out front with Stratton. On the left side is Stevens. Right in front of us on the baseline is Jacob Rice. And, of course, Johnson's on the other block. And really, they're just wasting time. It looks for something to happen. Stratton looked at a shot, was getting a screen from Rice, now drops back down. In the corner where Stevens hit his last shot. Thomas reaches in, knocks it out of bounds. Goes back to the Vikings with 1:29 back on the clock.
A lot of teams don't practice against a 1-2-2 zone and running different sets against it, and they're just kind of spreading it out and trying to let it go.
Yes.
Off his leg, yeah.
The Devils went into that 1-2-2, and driving to the basket was E.J. Mosley. It was tipped briefly, and then right off his knee, right out of bounds, Blue Devil basketball. Looking to go back up by double digits with the next shot. Wires, hesitate from the right side, backs it out. Gives it to Keyshawn. Keyshawn's going to take Rice. Turns around with a short hook. Oh, just hangs on the rim for about 4 bounces. Rebound E.J. Mosley for the Vikings. 1-2-2 with BL3 at the top. Shot from the right side, no good. Rice gets the rebound on the low block.
Keyshawn run the floor, down on the block. Get it to him.
In transition, Wires is on the left side. And look, Thomas even said, wait, keep it here. And BL3, I think, notices that. Although now BL3 wants to work against Stratton. Through his legs, goes left. Stratton pushes him a little bit, all the way to the hole and scores. And BL3 just stretched it out at the very end there.
Good strong move by BL3.
46-35. Inside 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Devils up by 11. Halftime, the score was 32-22, so we've added 1 point here in the third quarter. Inside 20 seconds, high post Johnson. Down here in the short corner is Rice. 3 on the perimeter. Stevens, Mosley, and Stratton. Right side Mosley. Fakes. Starts to back it in. Helps coming. Comes over here to Rice in the left corner. And Rice hits a three-pointer. He had one early in the first quarter, and he hit an old-fashioned in the this quarter. And that's so he's got 3 threes for the night. And that's how we'll finish out the third quarter. Your score, the Quincy High Blue Devils 46. And the St. Lawrence Vikings 38. Stick around. We've got the fourth quarter right here on mechasportsco.com.
At Blessing Health, our podiatrists and podiatric surgeons understand the importance of getting you back on your feet. When you experience foot or ankle pain or injuries, our team of experts is dedicated to restoring your mobility and relieving your pain. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
And Coach, last night was night 2 of the Alumni Pep Band. So I'm going to say that the third night, the alumni are here as well. 3 nights with the Alumni Pep Band joining the Quincy High Band, and 5 tuba players with only 4 of them playing right now. The other one's shaking a little dance right there in front.
And they're not missing a beat up there at all.
Exactly. 46-38, 8 minutes left on the clock. Devils lead by 8. It was tied after 1, 10-10. Halftime, Devils led 32-22. That quarter started off, we got it a little tight there. Devils picked it back up, stretched it back out. It's good stuff here. Fourth quarter, we'll start off with the Vikings basketball. Wires, Longcore, Dom Clay is back. Mark Louthan and Keyshawn Thomas. Other side, E.J. Mosley at the point. Stevens stays in. Stratton is on the right side. Rice, who hit the three-pointer to end the quarter, and Johnson, who's at the high post right now.
Still in the 1-2-2 matchup.
Yep, Longcore at the point with Louthan and Dom Clay at the high post. Cameron Wires on the low post with Keyshawn.
Oh, that's a
long shot, no good. And who gets the rebound? The smallest guy in the court, Cameron Wires.
I was going to say, Keyshawn ain't the smallest dude on
No,
the
not
court.
exactly. He's the biggest guy right now tonight. Good job. And he's in the high post right now. We're spreading out 4 corners with Keyshawn in the high post.
I go pick and roll again with Longcore and Keyshawn. I don't think they can stop it.
I don't think they can stop BL3, sometimes going to the hole by himself, too. Dom Clay off the left side trying to go one-on-one. Dom Clay goes all the way to the hole and looks like he's going to get bailed out on the drive. It was not the shot. And I know Coach wants the ball passed. Johnson, his second foul.
Not good spacing on that. We had 2 guys in the lane, and then you had Dom driving it in the lane. So
passed inside. There's Longcore. Good job from Dom Clay on the inbounds play. We got a screen that set Longcore down on the left block. Easy layup. Devils open it up to a 10-point lead again, 48-38. Staying in that. Matching up. Lathan has to come over. Shot from E.J. Mosley, no good. Weak side rebound. Dom Clay comes from the high post down to get the rebound. Dom brings it across the timeline. Cameron Wires passes it up. Back to Dom from 22. Good! Maybe 21 feet, but Dom Clay from outside drills the three. Brought to you by Woodmart Building Center.
He looks good shooting, and when he gets set and ready to go on the move with somebody on him, not so good.
Indeed, nice shot there, and of course, timeout there with 6:29 left. Devils lead by 13. It's MeccaSportsCo.com.
Freiburg Insurance in Quincy is your local independent Pekin insurance agency. They're part of the community, and no one knows your insurance needs better than your friends and neighbors. Whether it's business, home, auto, or life, Pekin Insurance and Freiburg Insurance are ready to discuss your specific needs in person. Call them at 217-224-7774 and learn why it's always better to talk insurance with friends.
Listen to a little music out here. 6:29 left in this ball game. Blue Devils lead 51-38, back up by 13. Vikings with the timeout. Devils come back with the same lineup there. Longcore, Dom Clay, Thomas, Lauthan, and Wires. They call things out. Keyshawn calling it out in the back, as well as Cameron on the far side. Matching out.
It looks like they're back in the man.
Johnson has it knocked away in the right corner by Wires. Mosley was down there as well. Rice still in the game. That's Jacob Rice, not Sean. Stratton. And Stevens has been there a while too, number 3 on the wing. Deep in the corner from the right side. Vikings get it in, reset, like Coach said. Back to man for the Blue Devils. Mosley, right side to Stevens. Ball fake, but didn't really send anybody anywhere because Wires was playing for the ball to go back anyway. Mosley gets stopped 8 feet from the basket. Johnson does drive to the basket, misses. Thomas gets the rebound and a save, flying out of bounds to Dom Clay. Dom pulls up 16, no good. Dom knew it was off and he chased it down, but actually Cameron Wires did. He finds Longcore in the right corner, good! Give Wires the assist, give BL3 another 3, and that's brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Taking some shots, I love it. 5.5 left, Devils have built up a 16-point lead. E.J. Mosley with a nice runner in the lane. Sweet little move there, and has stopped the 8-point run by the Blue Devils. Johnson will pick up Wires. Brings it in the middle of the court, behind the back. Loses him for a second. BL3 now will screen down. Thomas to flash up. Keyshawn now, it goes to BL3, matching up inside. He pulls up, 8-footer. Bounces, 1, 2, 3 around the rim, it's good. Nice little soft touch there as BL3. Well, Coach, I think, we talked about, you really can't pick up who's going to make it because there's a second half to a game, and BL3's picked it up here for the scoring. Keyshawn still getting the rebounds. From 14 foot, Dom Clay from the spot. Pulls up, good. Devils are really hitting on all cylinders right now. Up 18.
Well, starting on the defensive end, getting the steals and going down and getting the good looks.
Make sure you stick around for the post-game show brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. Brian Harms. We'll also have coach's comments brought to you by Kunis and the player of the game by Freiburg Insurance. Wires does a good job of causing Rice to throw the pass across court. The three-pointer by Stratton was no good. Keyshawn with another rebound. In transition, in the right corner. Longcore trying to back in. That was a flop, actually. Lauthan did a good job of coming across when the ball flew into the lane. And just as he was grabbing it, he got knocked over by the Viking. Brad Stratton, his foul, his second foul of the ball game. Should be team foul number 2. Yes, it is. Devils have not fouled. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Conversation down there, Cameron Wires. And it looks like Johnson, we're having a little chat. How's your day going? Pretty good. How about Thanksgiving? Yeah, we had a good Thanksgiving too. You think that was it, Coach?
Yep.
Lauthan from the top. Drops down the block, and there was a hold. And I'm going to tell you what, that pass was outstretched where Thomas had to reach and get it, and he did a great job there. Rice is fouled, his third foul. He had 2 early in that one. Third team foul as well. Devils with the ball, 4 minutes left in this one. Leading by 18 in the half-court set. Left side, Dom from 24, a little bit too far. But guess who's right into the basket? The ones that you expect to go away from us come to us this time.
Well, and I think Dom saw that Keyshawn had the inside track to the rebound, so he goes, I'm going to go ahead and shoot it. If I miss it, he's going to get the rebound. So he went ahead and let it fly. That's one of those, too, when you pull up for the shot, you think, man, he's open. Do I just let up a little bit and make that pass? That's what we always say. No. Nice pass, Dom. By the way, Keyshawn made the bucket when he got the offensive rebound. Keyshawn in the first half had 9. He's got 13 for the ball game. We'll catch up on BL3. He's filling the thing up. My lead's running about empty. Well, that's good.
Old style pencil still in my hands.
Well, and like I said, we started out with BL3 missing his first threes, first 3 threes, and then he started taking it to the hole, and it opened up his whole repertoire, his whole game.
Mark Laughlin was called on the foul. First free throw was no good. Second one was good. So the 6-point run by the Devils stopped. Devils in full court pressure. Down to Laughlin in the corner. Oh, a hand on it, too. I thought he had a hand and fouled him.
Keyshawn with the board.
Good job tracking it down. He finds BL3 in the corner. Good! Give Keyshawn the assist. BL3, 4-3 from the right corner.
Another paint touch.
Cameron Wires, of course, he's going to be called for the on-the-floor hand check. It'll be Cameron's third. Coach, that's what we talk about, because what happens when it goes into the paint, everybody sinks in, and for Loncourt, he was set up waiting for that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, unchallenged threes, he's going to make 3 out of 5 unchallenged. Challenged, maybe 2 out of 5.
I'll take either one of them. Vikings have the ball underneath the basket. 3:22 and counting left in this ball game. Devils looking good, building up a 22-point lead. Ball goes to Rice, who's matched Wires, but he doesn't take him down to the hole. He stayed outside. Rice back to the top of the key. Gets a screen by Johnson. Now BL3's on him, so Rice is going to fire for 3. No good. Dom Clay, weak side rebound. None of the Vikings are even attempted on that rebound there. Inside 3 minutes left. Stick around after the game. We also have the all-tournament team and our player of the tournament. There was a 5-year stretch where between Keith Douglas, Bruce Douglas, and Dennis Douglas, it was in the Douglas family. I think Keith won it twice, Bruce won it 3 times, and then Dennis won it once. Foul was called on Mosley, his second foul. Team foul number 4, so 4-2. Vikings lead in that category for fouls in the fourth quarter. But the Devils lead the big board 63-41 with 2:40 left. Loncourt goes into the backcourt. Zarek Johnson comes with him. Oh, and Zarek should have been called for a foul 3/4 court with the hand check on the stop there. Lauthen in the front court, and he goes over to Coach because he threw a lazy pass that got tipped out, and he walked over and kind of said, Coach, that was a bad pass, and gave him a little hug on the shoulder. Well, here's come the starters. Stratton, Mosley, Johnson, and Rice all taking a seat. So I think we almost had a full line change. I think we did, and I'll give you all the numbers for the Vikings in a second. I expect the Devils will follow suit in a second.
And Keyshawn already came out.
So Keyshawn did come out. Rico Clay Jr. comes in, and he's posted up right now. Cameron drives. Cameron up with the left. Oh, and it rolled out, but guess who was there? Rico kicks it out to his brother, Dom. Dom behind the back, working hard, drives baseline, all the way up, finger roll. Dom was not going to be stopped on that play. Dom kept that dribble going, little hesitation, got his man off a step, all the way to the hole for the finger roll. Nice job, Dom. Of course, he was sitting over there in that first quarter with 2 fouls thinking, all right, I'm going to save my energy, and when I come out, I'm going to bust out. Oh, Dom gets a technical? So it's his 4th, team's 3rd. I guess when you make a move and you beat somebody like that, these days you can't say in your face, right? But it was in his face. So, although it was the subs too, I shouldn't, now that I thought about that. And on the line is Noah Coro. He makes the first free throw. He'll have another one. I'll check the rest of that lineup for the Vikings who have come in. Nice shot, 2 of them for him. Makes it 65-43. Number 2, Josh March. Of course, the Devils want to be still playing basketball in March. They've gotten in a huddle now, so I'll have to figure out, other than Coro,
Keyshawn just got his 1,000th career point.
Fantastic. Coach was waiting for it, too. 1,000 points for Keyshawn Thomas tonight in the first half. He had 9. He's got 13 in the ball game.
He's moving up the board.
He joins that there. Parker Bland was number 22 with 1,000. Tom Payne and Larry Gross at 10-22 is the next one. 2:10 left in this one.
That might be a game or two.
Nice job. He's had a tournament. We're going to keep it going. Reggie Stevens, who checked in, has the basketball with a double team. Nathan Poulter checked in for us, as well as Jacob Salisbury, Emmerich Batley, Max Wires, all in the ball game. And, of course, Rico Clay Jr. stayed in the ball game. Foul was called against the Blue Devils. 1:57 left. Coro's in. Sean Rice came back in the game. He wears number 20. Stevens is in the game. I mentioned Coro in the ball game. March as well, trying to find their 4th or 5th player, so I can acknowledge him. From the wing, 3-pointer no good. And that was Noah Coro on the shot. Good job by the Devils. I mean, this was a dogfight to start off, Coach, and then we just turned the gears up and got back to the fundamental Blue Devil basketball.
Yep.
On the perimeter, Max Wires. Wires, the linebacker from the football team. To Batley, right side, Poulter looks. He looked in for Rico for a second. Now he's going to find him in the short corner. Rico back out to Salisbury. He pulled up the 3 quick the other night with that lefty. Bouncing down the corner. Rico going to work to the hole. Had it bounced away. Stepping in, gets the rebound. Or actually, wouldn't have been a rebound. Loose ball was Batley. Wires. Oh, missed the 3. But there's Salisbury on the weak side by himself for the rebound and the putback. Nice job, Jacob. Thank Max there for putting that ball off the iron. Shot no good. Rebound Salisbury. We're inside 1 minute. So the Devils will win their 38th Quincy High Thanksgiving tournament out of the 53 years. 1 year, every other year, 37 of them, we won it outright. Your junior year was the year that we tied with Chicago Weber and East St. Louis, and that's a heck of a matchup right there. And, of course, Barry Moore, a shout-out to him. He shot us a message beforehand, called us turkeys, so we shot him a shot of where we were at, the picture of us being here, and that was some fun. Of course, you played with Barry.
Well, and this is going to be win number 21-38, too. So 38th championship, 21-38's the win.
Awesome. Rico Clay with the rebound on the weak side, and he gets another bucket. Good job, Rico. Rico will also add a foul. His second of the ball game is trying to take the shot. Was the Viking. He just brought his arm down. Good job. That's Coro, I believe, going back to the line. He was 2 for 2 a second ago on the technical foul. I forgot about that. And, you know, that's one that Rico can go home and tell Dom, that was you this time. And so, first one is good. Second one good as well. Coro, 4 for 4 tonight. Inside 20 seconds in the backcourt. Coro takes the ball all the way to the hole. He's making a little playing time for himself. He gets the bucket. Down to 14 seconds. You hear the fans. They're starting to get excited. Pick it up there, guys. 10 seconds left. Wires out front showing a little dribbling ability. Coach Douglas watching. Max backs it in, backs it out. And there is the final buzzer and the final score. Your Blue Devils are the champions of the 53rd Thanksgiving tournament, the 38th title for the Blue Devils. Good stuff.
Yep, and I'll tell you what, they came out second half, you know, third quarter is okay. They played them even third quarter. They were up by 9 going in, but the fourth quarter they got out and got after it on the defensive end.
Good game for the Devils. We'll have the all-tournament team and all that. We've got the Hardy's post-game show, but that will do it for the regular portion of our broadcast as we'll take a quick exit as we'll come back in after hearing from Hardee's for the postgame, brought to you by Hardee's at 30th and Broadway. This is Blue Devil basketball and a Thanksgiving championship right here on mechasportsco.com.
Good things are happening at Hardee's, right, Brian?
You know, here at Hardee's, we have a new $6.99 original bag. And you get 2 sandwiches, a fry, and a drink. You have your choice for the sandwiches between a regular hot ham and cheese, regular roast beef, double cheeseburger, or one of our chicken tender wraps. So you can pick any 2 of those, get a hot fry and a cold drink for only $6.99 here at Hardee's on 30th and Broadway.
That's Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And we are back here in the postgame. They're already calling out the all-tournament team. Dom Clay got the first nod from Quincy High. Okami got the nod for Lindblom. He lit us up for 6 3-pointers. E.J. Mosley, who all of us on our battles, great player for the Vikings tonight. E.J. Mosley had 10. Keyshawn Thomas with a big, strong game tonight. He had 13 and a bunch of boards after that 27-17 performance. I'm getting a little emotional there. Bradley Longcore III. He is your all-tournament team. Lighting it up, 3 of the Blue Devils on there, and here comes the trophy presentation as well. Boy, I tell you what, Coach, this is pretty good stuff. Good weekend of 3 good games, and the way they started, a little scary, but they picked it back up, and then a couple moments where they weren't on their best. But
well, once again, 3rd game of the year. You want to play that 32-minute complete best game of the year, last game of the year, you know, in March.
And the Devils getting after it in the huddle. I was checking my stats out here as we're going to break that down here in a second. Raising it up high, and you'll see the stands.
Well, I tell you what, this is goal number 1, you know, Thanksgiving tournament. Goal number 2 coming up is Christmas in Collinsville. We haven't won that one yet.
Yeah, and we got the conference. Goal number 2 is next game against Geneseo.
Yeah.
We're going to work game by game.
And then conference, and then you start regional, sectional, and then, you know, step by step.
Yep, Coach has us already in March, and we're just clearing out of Thanksgiving weekend. But you know what? This has been an awesome weekend. Lots of fun out here. We're going to have a chance to talk to Coach, pick our player of the game. Mike Keinhardt in the house. Mike spent a lot of years at Payson, Quincy University, Notre Dame, and back at Quincy University as well. Shout out to Mike, who still drives the Springfield for the state police. All right, let's break this one down. Let's go for the opponents, first of all, who now fall to 2-1. They scored 47 points. And unofficially, I'm going to have to look for that other point. I think it was Coral. Zarek Johnson had 13. E.J. Mosley had 10. Jacob Rice had 9. 6 points from both Noah Coral, who came in only in the 4th quarter. I'm giving him that extra one. And 6 points from Stratton. 3 points from Reggie Stevens. They did get Josh March in the ball game. Caleb Lindsay was in, did not score. Sean Rice also in there. And at the end, they put a couple extra people. Oh, Marquise Peoples played a pretty good role in the game. Might have been one more sub I missed there. So for the Vikings, they will move on after this. Good luck to Coach Russell for the rest of the season. For the Blue Devils, they were led by your all-tournament guy who had 24, 9, and then 32. And, Coach, I got to tell you what, you got Keyshawn there with his 1,000th point. I'm going to do a double check here. BL3 came in with 1330. He now has 1362. And he just passed Marcus Metzger for number 11, who was at 1345. So he's right behind Keith Douglas. He's sneaking up on you, Keith, at 14. Keith had 1425. Think how many he would have had if he'd had that extra half year in there. So Longcore with 32. Keyshawn Thomas also all tournament. And I mean all boards and everything. He was awesome. 13 points. 12 out of Dom Clay, also an all tournament selection out here. Then we drop down 7 points from Mark Louthan. We've got 2 points from Cameron. 2 points from Jacob Salisbury. Also 2 points from Rico Clay Jr. And then 1 from Jairus Rice Jr. Cameron Wires played an awesome game on defense, dished out a lot of assists, but did not even score. That was the key. Nathan Poultry got in. Trace Ruth got in, also did not score. We've also got Emmerich Batley and Max Wires, the fan favorite, all in the ball game. But the Devils, 69 points. More importantly, the W, and they move to 3-0.
Yep, good. I tell you what, they've progressed each and every game. They've gotten better. We just got to keep going forward. And next up, Geneseo on Tuesday night?
Yep, and usually we go coach's comments, and then we go player of the game. Let's flip-flop them tonight.
Yes.
Let me think about this a second. Hold on. Boy, it's a tough one. I'm looking in there. I can't even pretend. Much like last night with Keyshawn's 27 and 17, 32 from Bradley. And Bradley hit 3 threes in the second quarter, 2 more in the fourth quarter. He had 5 of them. Did we have any of the threes fight out there? Louthan hit 1 in the first quarter. Dom Clay had 1. There's 7. And we did have an old-fashioned, not an old-fashioned, but an old-fashioned three-pointer. So that's 8. And that was brought to you by Woodman Building Center. Might as well get him in there whenever possible.
Woodmark.
Oh, did I say Woodman?
Yeah.
I went the whole game, and I actually told Kevin last night at the popcorn machine, I said, go get John Ernst. He owes you some money because I fired his name out there once. So, with that, Woodmart Building Center. It's nice that we know a guy, and he's your fraternity brother, and he was a heck of a basketball player here. It's easy to throw him in there. Of course, his dad, that's John Ernst's dad, Dan, was the one that started it. Tom, his brother, was a longtime official, and good. So your player of the game, Bradley Longcore, 32 points. He was also the player of the tournament. And with that, we'll hear from our sponsor, Freiburg Insurance, bringing you the player of the game right here on megasportsco.com.
Freiburg Insurance, your local independent Pekin insurance partner, is proud to support young people in sports and academics in the Quincy area. After the game, make a note to stop by their office and discuss your current policies and future needs for your business, home, auto, and family. Pekin Insurance offers a variety of plans to meet your coverage needs. Give Freiburg Insurance a call at 217-224-7774. Go Devils.
Back at Blue Devil Gymnasium in the Hardy's post-game show. Good stuff out here tonight, Devils. And here's the way the game went on the run here. We did not give you the breakdown here. Devils started off down 7, though. Took the lead 8-7 in the first quarter. And after a couple shots, it went 10-10 after 1. Devils in the second quarter picked up an 8-point run, led 21-12, rush. And after that, back and forth. Devils put the last 6 points of the first half, and that built their lead to 10. 32-22. Third quarter came out, and really it was back and forth. We didn't play that spectacular. We were only up 6, 41-35. Then we ran off 5 straight points. We gave up a 3 right at the end of the quarter, but we took the third quarter lead, 46-38 into the fourth. And how did we start that fourth quarter off? You always want to start and finish quarters strong. That doesn't mean you want to do anything else in the middle, but 8 points for the Devils built up that lead to 16. We gave up a bucket and turned around with 6 more points. And next thing, we were up 20 points, 60-40. Devils would put their whole squad in after the Vikings put their guys in and the reserves. And it finished up 69-47. Blue Devils with a victory.
Yeah, I mean, it was, end of the third, start of the fourth, was key. I mean, third quarter, we were kind of stagnant, up by 8 going into the fourth. Getting a little bit nervous there, but Bradley Longcore the third came out, and his mid-range game, so to speak, with him driving and pulling up from 12, 14, 17, was spectacular today. I haven't seen him do that, and then after he did that, then he started opening up the three-point shot, and he started draining those. So when he does that, he's going to be awful hard for anybody to stop.
Indeed. Hey, we had a Hall of Fame tonight. We mentioned Tom Lepper, Tiffany Turwell-Smith, Zach Burry, Katie Fauble, the 94 soccer team. I was going to mention this in the pregame because we lost a Hall of Famer and a longtime Quincy. He wasn't originally from Quincy. He was from Schenectady, New York. And that was, of course, Jerry Carnival. Jerry started the women's golf program. Jerry went out in the first 2 years. Well, 1 year they got 7th, but then they won state in 76 and 77. Then budget cuts eliminated the golf program, after 2 state titles, funding from personal people in the community, brought it back. They won a 3rd title. So 3 straight titles. He passed away November 27th. He started the program, coached all 3 of those teams. He's in the Quincy High Hall of Fame. He's in the IHSA Hall of Fame. He was a Quincy Country Club management guy for years, also down at Vermont Street United Methodist. When he died, he was still there. And, of course, his son Tony was a pretty good golfer as well. And so to their family, one of those really heartfelt, kind of like the Lepers, your whole Devil family is thinking about you. By the way, the ones who won 3, the players who won 3, and this is one of the reasons we know her quite well. Allison Sellers, that wasn't a bad golfer. Babette Brennan and Kathy Stevens, they won 3 in a row. Mary Oakley, Tamara, or Tammy Trader, that's where you get the TNT, Tammy and Terry Trader, if you didn't know that, by the way. And Linda Lynn Hutter, they each won 2. And there was another 8 players who won, I'm going to go ahead and give you those. Bonnie Glasgow, Chris Maxwell. It said Wendy Spur, but I was wondering if that R should have been A and a spear, but we will go with Spur. Lori Pruitt, Ann McCleary, Patricia Gibbs, Cindy Bowles, and Lori Klusmeyer. And that was your Hall of Famers there. And by the way, we were over in the cafeteria when the Hall of Fame before the game was, all congregating. That 94 soccer team was there. They go in with the the 87 and 95 team. Matt Longo was the coach. Dick Stewart, who coached before and pretty well was at the beginning of the program, was on the staff. Bill Sanders, who came later and was a coach, was on the staff. And Andy Nelson was there for about 10 years, off and on with a bunch of the guys. So congratulations to all the Hall of Famers out there, and congratulations to the Blue Devils. And again, our hearts and thoughts are out to the Carnival family, as his brother, I think, still out at Schenectady. Well, I like that. That's a neat one to say, isn't it? You can say those things and then screw up the most easiest games out here. And there, of course, is Kent Jolly and Jeff Doyle. We ran into both those guys last night in a local establishment. Darren Prost out there waving hut to us as well. Darren, one of the quarterbacks from the Blue Devils over the years. We like to give those shout-outs, especially while we're waiting for Andy. He's got a lot of people between getting out here on the court and getting up here to talk. And that's the thing. A lot of people want to take your time and congratulate you. And we're all good for that. This is a very big moment. Blue Devils win, but it was a special weekend, especially the Tom Lepper honoring and all that. And we're going to be thinking about him all season long. It's going to be some real good stuff. So we'll take a break. When we come back, hopefully we've already picked our player of the game, and hopefully we'll get Coach up here and have our coach's comments. But the Blue Devils do win 69-47 and improve to 3-0. And the trophy, the Thanksgiving trophy from the 53rd Thanksgiving tournament. And it was right here on mechasportsco.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
At Blessing Health, our podiatrists and podiatric surgeons understand the importance of getting you back on your feet. When you experience foot or ankle pain or injuries, our team of experts is dedicated to restoring your mobility and relieving your pain. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. At Blessing Health, we've got you covered from head to toe.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QHS Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
And back at Blue Devil Gymnasium, we went ahead and ran our spot for QHS, and that will be our coach's comments from Andy Douglas after he got done saying hi to a few people. He's up, and we'll have him on in a second here. Jaden Smith is in the house. We saw him earlier tonight on the far side. We tried to get his attention. He's now right down in front of us. Jaden had quite a career there in basketball as well as soccer. And I think when he went to college, he went for soccer, but then found himself at Maryville playing basketball. So I figured Coach was taking a little break over here. he enjoyed listening to my comments, but it's more fun when you got your headphones on. So, and Jaden was part of that team back when we had Jirel and, of course, our other running back. I just lost my train of thought for Kreider. Gosh, there you go. And they were pretty athletic on those squads, getting up and down the court. Well, Coach, look at this upcoming week. It's kind of nice because, we've just ran off 4 games in 3 days. We got to love that. Next week, we get to take off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday here at home at Quincy High's Gymnasium. Geneseo will travel down here, and the Maple Leafs will take on the Devils girls. And they had a nice win on Saturday as they beat Althoff Catholic. And after winning against Jacksonville and Rocky, we are 3-1, I believe, losing to Edwardsville at O'Fallon. So Devils are on a roll there. And, of course, the girls are over here. The boys have been coming over and watching as well. Then on Friday night, we get to return the trip, come up your way to Geneseo, as the Blue Devils will play on December 6th at Geneseo. Both those games, by the way, are a 7 o'clock start. Then on Saturday, hey, we're doubling it up again. We love these kind of days. On Saturday, Quincy High girls will host Sterling at Quincy High's gym at 1:30. And then we turn around that night as Deerfield High School comes in from Chicago. They'll take on the Blue Devils at 7 o'clock. So on the 5th, again, Quincy High girls, Geneseo at home. On the 6th, Devils will travel to Geneseo. And then on the 7th, Saturday, Quincy High against Sterling at 1:30. Blue Devils against Deerfield right here in Blue Devil Gymnasium at 7 o'clock. So a pretty good week. And, I'm going to go one more week just to tease everybody out there. The week of the 10th, and that's a Tuesday, by the way, we go on the 10th, the Devils play Galesburg. On the 11th, the girls play Macomb. These are home, by the way. On the 12th, the girls play Galesburg. On the 13th, we will drive to Sterling. And on the 14th, we will have the Alleman game now for the girls on the road at 1:30 because the Notre Dame game got moved off that date that was originally set there. I think it was Althoff Catholic, wasn't it, or somebody of that nature. And then, of course, on Friday, we'll look at that coming all the way back. Q&D is down at Hannibal. So a busy week there. We go 3 games and then 3 on the road, and that should be a lot of fun. And the next week I'm not going to tease you with because obviously we're in the 17th of Christmas week or so, right before Christmas. We got a lot of time before we get there. Let's go one at a time there. But we were waiting for Andy Douglas, so we went ahead and shared a little bit more out there. All right, Coach, your thoughts on the tournament and the 3 games and what you liked.
Well, we got better every game. The first game, a little bit sloppy, didn't take care of the basketball real well. Second game, we did what we should have done. You know what I mean, with the undermanned Dunlop team, and came out and took care of our business. And then, once again, this Burbank-St. Lawrence team, they're going to be a good team up in Chicagoland. They're going to beat some folks around because you've got 2 really good guards. You've got some 6'3", 6'4" kids that get after it, offensively and defensively. They're going to cause some problems up there. And, we came out fourth quarter. That's some of the best basketball I've seen all year.
And, again, you look at this team, St. Lawrence heading up there. They're quick, but they don't have a big man. Yep. So they'll get some of the big squads that they'll run into, but you can outrun a big man sometimes. Sometimes you can't outrun Keyshawn, I'll tell you that right now. But you can outrun Jada Brown from the other side. But you can at least get into a situation to outrun them if possible. And these guys do it. Mosley's pretty good one-on-one. Oh, they really take their time when things open up and take it to the hole. They just don't go one-on-one willy-nilly. They actually have an opening when they see it. Somebody goes to the other side and clears everything out. But I thought him and Johnson both were pretty good ball players, and E.J. Mosley, congratulations, he made the all-tournament team as well. So with that, Coach Douglas comes down and going to join us out here. Well, that's some fun stuff. Coach, congratulations, first of all, on your tournament win, 38th for the Blue Devils in the 53 years. 4 in a row for this group. It's to start what we want. We put our first mark on our goals for the year, and pretty happy about it.
Yeah, great effort by our guys. I thought, we always talk about wanting to face adversity early on in the season and, kind of see what you're about. And, we faced it a couple times this weekend, but got hit, at halftime. They threw a couple punches and landed a couple blows in the first quarter, first half, and I thought our guys did a really good job of weathering that storm and staying focused and making plays when we need them.
Well, that's what I mentioned to Coach Petter right off, and we both agreed. Early down 7-0.
Yeah.
We didn't get rattled by it.
Yep.
You know, we did call timeout. Nice job there. 8 points. Next thing, we take the lead, and we end the first quarter 10-10. So, you know, we're even. Good ball team out here. Halftime, you were up 10. Third quarter was one of those kind of iffies in there, but you cranked it up in the fourth.
Yeah, they played phenomenal. You know, when you have a guy like Brad Longcore playing how he played tonight, I mean, totally focused in. All of his shots were organic. It wasn't that he was forcing anything. It came within, you know, his comfort zone, and it's one of those things. Once he's making shots like he's making, you got to get him the ball. Very few adjustments needed to be made with him, and I thought our guys did a really good job of sharing the ball, knowing that he was the hot hand, and you know he did the same thing, and that's what's special about this group. Talk about 1,000-point score to the other 1,000-point score. Last night it was Brad understanding that Key was the hot hand, and he continued to get him the ball, and tonight it flipped the other way, and you know couldn't be more proud of Brad, and obviously couldn't be more proud of Key for reaching that monumental goal.
And yeah, I tell you what, his mid-range game.
Yeah.
It opened up his 3-point shots.
No
I mean,
doubt
he came out, you know, the first couple minutes, hit it, you know, took a couple of, you know, challenge threes,
Yeah.
you know, and then he started taking it to the hole, and then it opened up the 3-pointer the second half.
He's such a different player from last year. I mean, the strength that he's put on. He can create more space now than he could last year. You know, last year he could get bumped off the spot, and this year there's not too many people that are going to do that with him. And, you know, he's an extremely smart player and takes what the defense gave him, and he did that all night tonight.
Well, and I think another key, and this is a young man that didn't score tonight, but Cameron Wires out there putting pressure on the ball, you know, because they had two really good guards out there handling the ball, and he was guarding one of them the whole night and did a heck of a job.
Cam, you know, he's not one that obviously got mentioned in the top 5 players, but he's a top 5 player. I mean, what he does, you know, with the ball in his hand, as quick as he was. It's funny, we, you know, induct Everett Abbey into the Hall of Fame with the 94 soccer team?
Yep.
Those old guys. But we put Everett Abbey, he's in the building, and Cameron Wires is he's as quick, if not quicker, with the ball in his hands, and he made some great decisions tonight. But defensively is where he really stepped his game up, and he was a rock for us all night.
You know, and I thought you guys shared the ball well.
Yep.
You know, I mean, with every basket, there was a good pass getting to that basket.
And we need that. You know, I told our guys after game one, there's multiple nights that we're going to have this year where we could potentially have 5 guys in double figures, and I don't know what we ended up, but we, you know, might have been a little close, 7 and 8 with a couple doubles. So, you know, close to having 4 guys in double figures. That's pretty dang good. And when you have guys like Brad that are playing unselfish basketball, Keyshawn that are making passes, you know, it's going to be really difficult to guard these guys.
Well, you know, the third person in the all-tournament team, Dom, had to sit a little bit because he got those 2 fouls. Rico came in and did a really nice job when his time too. So then when Dom did come in, you know, looked like he might have forced one, you know, but the rest of them, boy, he was on and he was fired up.
Yeah, you should have known that he was going to force one. When you sit out that long as a shooter, you can't wait to get back in the game and make an impact. And I tell you what, he did a great job of staying focused mentally, because it's easy in the first half to get taken out with a lot of time on the clock and not play, and then pick up one early in the third and not play. To come back in focused and play the way he did was pretty nice.
Nice thing is now we get to sit back on Sunday and relax a little bit
Thank
here
God.
too.
Thank God.
Maybe watch some college football. For some, like your coaching staff, they're done watching college football today. We'll not go any farther with that one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
RB's got a tough one with being an Ohio State fan, losing to Michigan, and Bonus is a Bears fan, so every weekend's really tough for him. So they might spend Sunday with the TV off, which is probably a smart thing for them.
And Coach Douglas gets to laugh about it and have some fun, as we did in the pregame there in your office, which was pretty good stuff. The nice thing is we don't play until next Friday. We take a trip to Geneseo, and then we come back home against Deerfield. And a different look. I don't remember us seeing Deerfield.
No.
And so
this will be a new one. They've wanted to come down for quite a few years, and you know we were able to squeeze it in the schedule and make it work out. So we're extremely excited about having. I thought we were playing Tuesday, so I'm glad that we're playing Friday. We have some time to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out.
you got to notice what it is. Coach Longo went outside today with the alumni soccer.
Yeah.
I guess you're going to get an alumni basketball game on Tuesday. It'll be played probably in front of the TV or down in the lounge in the locker room. So, well, hey, relish the victory here.
Yep.
A great way to start the season off. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and let's get after it.
All right, man. Appreciate you guys.
You got it. And, of course, that's Andy Douglas. His comments are brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group. Faith, family, and giving back. And, boy, it's been a fun weekend. It's a little more fun when you can pull off 3 good games and end up the weekend 3-0 with the trophy.
Well, yeah, and, they came back fourth quarter. This team was getting after them the third quarter. There was no back down. And, the Blue Devils came out and stepped it up to that next gear and, took care of them in the fourth quarter.
And we thank all our listeners out there and watchers. Again, we always ask for some feedback there, too. And we do thank Shelley Holtzcraft-Arns. She mentioned something about the Hall of Fame ceremony, and we did try to get it on, but thank goodness for John Hammond with Pyrographics is our tech guy, because he came out from home, and these computers and stuff are a little quirky. I can learn it, and I'm pretty good, but that's about it. And we'll end on that one. Coach goes, yeah, let's roll that one out. So anyway, last thoughts on a great weekend.
Shoot, I mean, get your 3 wins. Played some pretty good basketball. Now we're getting into conference play, and these road games, in the conference, they're of the utmost importance. You got to get those road games, and we've got Geneseo coming up on Friday.
Of course, home games are the ones we definitely have to honor, and we try to. And this squad, I think, personally is thinking, let's just take every game, each one, and let's go ahead and go 14-0 in the conference.
Well, we're going to have, a couple of tough, Moline's going to be good this year. Galesburg started out, winning some ball games here early, but don't know what kind of competition they're playing. Rocky's always tough. East Moline, not quite sure what they got, but.
And Sterling luckily graduated a few people.
Well, yeah, that was one of our 3 losses last year going into the state tournament up in Sterling. So, yeah, we've got a little payback on our minds, and, let's just go ahead, like you said, 1 game at a time. Let's get Geneseo, and then we'll worry about Deerfield.
You got it there. Well, thank you, Coach, for the great weekend. Have your safe drive back up to Rockford. And for all you out there, thank you for joining us out here, and those who've packed the stands as well. It's been a great weekend. Devils win 3 games. The last one, 69-47 against St. Lawrence.
Once again, best fans in the world, here at Quincy High Gymnasium.
Yep, some of them still hanging around here, waiting to be told get out of here like us, and so we will leave there as well. And it's been a blast here, 3-0 in a conference, Thanksgiving tournament trophy. And it's been a lot of fun bringing it to you here. Jeff Wellman and Dave Pettit with the Devils with a victory right here on Mecca Sports Co. And, of course, you've been listening to the Hardee's Postgame.
Start your day off the right way at Hardee's.
We have new items for our breakfast 2 for $5. You can get a biscuits and gravy, sausage egg, or cinnamon roll. Any 2 of those for $5. You can't beat a made-from-scratch biscuit here at Hardee's. Sausage egg, biscuits and gravy, or a cinnamon roll, 2 for $5.
Is there any place better for breakfast than Hardee's? Come see for yourself. Hardee's at 30th and Broadway, Quincy.